the thieves' den. It's a question of shrewdness, of strength, of ingenuity, and certainly all at the expense of the nations and peoples of the world, and at the expense of international human rights and universal values.
Okay, Lynn in Philadelphia.
Can I, Peter? Yeah, can I just add in?
Please do jump in.
Can I just jump in? Yeah, I think compromise is just temporary. That's what China is seeking now. The so-called build a new great power relations with the United States. They think that they can.
U.S. likely to self-destructive tendencies.
Which says two tigers cannot live on one mountain. That's China right now. It's a little cup. Of course, they won't fight against the United States. Fight for that mountain. But eventually, they will become a big tiger, and the mountain will be too
Russian
small
RT.
The even Pacific Ocean will be too small for them.
Okay, Lynn, you pointed out. I mean, the United States is a military.
I want to add something.
Lynn, go ahead, jump in.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to say what will exacerbate this problem also is that Chinese growth, the growth in China, economic growth the last few years, the insane growth that they've been enjoying is unsustainable. Globally, countries everywhere are in trouble. They are indebted, and unemployment is up, living standards down. So the expectation for the future will be disappointed. So many countries will be disappointed about their future prospects. So that will intensify this scramble for the remaining resources. So
Exactly the words I've
just
used.
to placate their populations, we will see more conflicts, and not just between China and USA.
Okay, Dan, it sounds like the preamble to the First World War and the Second World War.
Said that as well.
Well, or to the First World War and the Great Depression. That is, I think that's very right. That is that these countries are now all integrated into one huge world capitalist economy. They must all, in that economy, struggle for resources, struggle for markets, struggle to dominate nations where they can exploit the labor of those nations, and almost all of them, as they invest abroad, I think every single one of them, as they invest abroad, carry their idea of creating the export zones where they can exploit people for low
Well, it sounds
wages.
like we need a bipolar world if it's a unipolar world, self-destructing.
In this world capitalist economy, as we know, there are ups and downs. There are certainly the regular business cycle of depression that is now back to about every 5 years and never recovering from the previous depression. And then people have also talked about the idea of the long wave cycles of 50 years. I don't know if that theory has real weight or not, but in any case, we know that these build up periodically to really deep world depressions. We might be right now still, the 2008
Yeah,
has not been overcome.
that's what we've been afraid of.
So I think that what we may actually be seeing is China drawn into the maelstrom.
The only way is to start by apologising.
I want to ask all of you, because we're running out of time here. Which country will prevail? Lynn first in Philadelphia.
Stupid question.
I think China, for the short run, is in better shape because it still had a manufacturing base, and it is doing practical things to improve itself, whereas the U.S. has no economic vision to speak of.
Okay.
Yes,
Dan
it does.
in Washington, D.C., who will prevail?
I think.
Well, that's what
I think
people want to
eventually America will
know.
win
That's what
because,
people want to know, okay? That's really what people want to know. Who's going to win?
Yeah. I think the market will win in the end because China has so much problem domestically, and any random event will cause collapse from the within, because they create so much tension within the party, within the people in the party, within the ethnic groups. So any can reach tipping point at any moment. I think that's domestic issues will cause them collapse. If they fight against Japan and Taiwan, that will truly reveal their nature and will be isolated by international community.
Okay.
I think that will cause.
We've almost run out of time, and I want to give Dan the last word. Who will prevail? Over whom?
Well, I think we're looking
We're
at a
too
possibility
small for
where,
that.
No one wins, and the losers are the world's people, as we head to economic crisis, military conflict, and a terrible environmental disaster that none of these nations are facing up to.
Okay, not particularly
We
optimistic.
need to see a movement in the world
but
to
at least
reject
we had
all of these states.
We had 3 different points of view, and that was an accomplishment for this program. Many thanks today to my guests in Washington, Cincinnati, and in Philadelphia. And thanks to our viewers for watching us here at RT. See you next time, and remember, crosstalk rules.
Sorry.